in the boot, busting not you. Bands in the boot. Chill. Peace, love, and light, brother. Blue Pill Report live and direct. We are here back in the building. Welcome to Know the Ledge Media. You are now rocking with the best. All right, tonight's episode is going to be a good one, family. This is Money Making Mondays. All right, and we have a guest, a special guest in the building tonight. Tonight, we're going to be joined by our brother, Chicago Crypto Hustler. He's going to be bringing you the latest and the greatest from the CRYPTOVERSE. All right. So please bear with us. We're going to allow everybody to filter back into the room. All right. Just getting our, all of the streaming capabilities together. I was testing something out on the fly this evening. So bear with me. But I figured it out. And I feel a little bit more smarter. All right. So let's hit that Cash App up. Like I said, I made a light investment. It was a sizable, you know what I'm saying? But it was necessary. I had to get the Super Pro pack, and then they have additional packages that you have to put on to the additional package, all right, to get the webinar feature and all of that going. You know what I'm saying? So we did all that. We did all of that for y'all so you could get into the building, all right, and bear witness to this legendariness, because I already heard this information, but I felt that it was so necessary that you needed to hear it as well. All right, give me 1 second. Portion the screen, computer basics, optimize for full screen video clip. All right, my attendees in the building, allow to talk. Boom, more disable talking, promote the panelists. All right, let's bring you into the panel. All right. Peace, love, and light.
Peace, God. Peace. Can you hear me?
I could definitely hear you. I can't see you as of yet.
Okay, let me figure this out. Let me figure this out on my side. Man.
All right, because we in the building. You dig what I'm saying?
Let me see. This may be it. Let me know if I'm visible at all.
I see your screen.
Okay.
Yeah. Your screen is in the your screen is in the building.
Okay, bet. That's what I want to bring up.
We just jumping right into it. You got to preference them with something.
Hey, this the new money matrix right here, my brother.
It's the new money matrix, y'all.
Yeah.
This is new money matrix Monday.
Showing individuals as the new money matrix, man.
I had to get you in the building with Money Making Mitch. You know what I'm saying, as the title, but this is the new money matrix. You feel me?
Peace, family. How we doing out there? Definitely pleased to be able to come on the show and share the information that I do have pertaining to this new money matrix and the way that we're going right now. It's safe to say it's a new way to secure the bag, and it really ain't got nothing to do with a bag of fiat or debt instruments, as we should be calling them, but it's got to do with securing the coin, which I think it was either you or your brother that really coined that phrase, secure the coin. To be honest with you, I just ran with it when I heard one of y'all say it. You know what I mean? But definitely something that I think everybody needs to be privy to. Now, just before I get into it, it's a couple of stories that I want to run through just to show individuals how serious that it's getting with not only Bitcoin, but other cryptocurrencies as well. First story right here, BTC qualifies as money and funds, and this was ruled by the United States District Court for the Eastern District of Michigan. We got another story, which I'm gonna be able to get into them in a second, but I just want to bring you the totality of what we're looking at out here. Ohio became the first state to allow taxpayers to pay tax bills using cryptocurrency. Now, for those that study how our monetary system works within the United States jurisdiction and studies negotiable instruments, debt instruments, promissory notes, and as such, then you'll grow to understand that the dollar bill or United States dollar is nothing more than an instrument. It's just a means of exchange. It's actually backed by absolutely nothing. There's no tangible value to it. In fact, it's probably not even worth the dollar. In fact, I know it's not worth the dollar that it's printed on as of right now. It's probably has the buying power, maybe 88 cents to the dollar. But when we look at the United States and how they grew on the shoulders of the Federal Reserve and transacting with this Federal Reserve note, since the inception of fiat currency, the United States has never in its life, never in its inception allowed us to pay a tax with anything other than that Federal Reserve note.
Facts.
With them, with them so many years later now, allowing us to pay with not only a new form of currency, but a currency that them themselves don't even know what the hell it is fully. You know, just from the paperwork that I've read anyways, you know, there are certain individuals that state that the CIA made it, Central Intelligence made it, which that may be very true. Thank you. That may be very true. You know, anything's possible, but what I do know when I read the law, the legislation, the statutes, the acts with this, especially since I've been reading it over the last 2 years, in the beginning, they didn't know what to do with this.
Right.
Let alone how to label it or how to quote unquote legalize or bring in any type of regulation to it. When I first got into cryptocurrency over 2 years ago, you know, there was little to no attention to it whatsoever. It was really looked at as a joke to quote unquote institutions and, you know, those that are within a higher paying job, county jobs, government jobs, whatever the case may be, just what some would deem a real job. When at the end of the day, you're just working for somebody else while I'm over here trying to find a way to work for myself and with myself and secure a bag to whereas I don't have to turn in any of those proceeds. Because when we really look at cryptocurrency as a whole and understand the difference between operating in your public and your private capacity, especially as far as doing commercial transactions, the only ties that the United States government has on us commercially is that we're transacting with the Federal Reserve note. We're using their bank note in order to do any type of, go ahead, my friend.
Right, that brings you under their jurisdiction. So let me preface this conversation by saying this. I've been a member of this community going on 2 decades, right? At the forefront of it, sat down with all the thought leaders. I was initially pulled in, you know, one conversation was dealing with the occult and metaphysics. The other conversation was dealing with more science, right?
Okay.
And this concept of sovereignty as it's misnomered, but doing for self, bossing up, getting, you know, putting yourself in the right stage or the right setting to become the rightful heirs to a vast estate, right? All of these things that were being spoken of in the early 2000s, all of these things that kind of filtered out in the mid 2000s that kind of caught a flame in the last 3 or 4 years, you know, it's almost like the universe just be listening. I don't know if it's the universe and the form of the CIA, but they get their marching orders from somebody too. So the universe be listening, and the universe always accommodates and affords the people exactly what they need to achieve what they be talking about they want to achieve. And oftentimes the people are not ready and prepared when those benefactions, when those blessings come. You know what I'm saying? They're either sitting on their hands or they got their back turned or they focus on something other than the quote unquote blessing. You understand what I'm saying, y'all? So cryptocurrency, blockchain in particular, you know, is the answer that people have always been looking for, right? As it pertains to doing for self, being totally independent of a centralized system, of a bureaucratic system, of Rome, of Babylon, of whatever you want to call it. You understand? And I don't know what we are caught up in the midst of this money matrix revolution taking place. I don't know what it is that we caught up in other than paying attention to the very thing that would give us the level of freedom that we say that we so desire. Because If freedom could be bought, what I said last week, niggas would have swiped it during the Super Bowl because it was a swipe-a-thon out here, right? A Nigerian will put 44 billion on a card and swipe it if it could be bought. But that's not the answer. The answer is, acquiring these particular instruments you could do for self, or understanding finance and understanding business and understanding currency and just markets and all of the things that we need to have a stable overstanding of, so we can stop just being a consumer class and being taken advantage of by brands and being branded. We still branded as a people, huh? Anyway, I'm gonna let you go, bro.
No. Definitely segues right into some of the facts that I was going to speak on, especially when you talk about sovereignty. You got whole countries out here right now. For instance, when we look at Iran just created their own cryptocurrency and backed it by the gold in their country. When you see moves like this, and this was done specifically to escape United States sanctions. When you really figure out what's going on the global state, on the global board right now, what these countries is doing, how they fighting each other. For anybody out there that does do any type of forex trading, which is foreign exchange trading with different currencies and whatnot, you'll know that it's quote unquote a currency war going on right now, where each country is trying to kill the next country's currency. That's why you see the fluctuation of. In fact, let me pull up the United States dollar real quick. Let's see. Let's pull up the dollar versus the euro and see exactly how it's faring off right now. So right now, that dollar that everybody's walking around in their pocket with, it's really only got 88 cents worth of buying power, as we can see right now. Now, I want to bring something to the people's attention. If we look back, let's go back and look, when was that last financial crash? 2008, correct?
7, 8, yeah.
Let's look at the buying power prior to that, where it went following that, because that's exactly what we're looking at that's close to happening right now with what's going on in the economy. So this was 08, 4, 7. So we've been really shit, man. If you look at the dollar, the buying power, this is 2001, family. No, 02, excuse me, January 1st, 2002. The buying power of the United States versus Europe was $1.16 to where we're at 88 cents right now. Meaning that as of right now, if we was to go from here and transverse over to Europe, our dollar would only have the buying power of 88 cents over there. But it shows how true it is over here when we look at the value and the buying power and where it's went. I know when I was younger, I used to be able to get 4 bags of chips for 1 Federal Reserve note. And then as time went on, it went down and they smashed it down to 3 bags of chips. And now it's 1 bag of chips. What I want the family to really comprehend and understand is that prices never go up, family. Prices never go up. The only thing that ever happens is the value of the dollar goes down. So whereas someone would think like, damn, they done rose the price of the chips, it's not so much the price of the chips, it's the value of that instrument that you're orchestrating with. So whereas 10, 15 years ago, you used to be able to give me one of those pieces of paper and I would be able to afford you 4 of these bags of chips for that 1 piece of paper, because I was able to take that 1 piece of paper and it would stretch long as far as its buying power. Now that paper is gone to so much shit, I can't give you 4, I can't give you 3, I can only give you half of what I used to give you. And this is within our lifetime, you know what I mean? It wasn't that long ago when we was paying 4 for a quarter, penny candy, 10-cent candy.
Remember that?
I see penny candy now, that shit's a quarter.
Penny candy's a quarter, son.
So when you see the fluctuation like that, and I push this and I talk about this because there's a lot of individuals out there that talk about getting to the bag. I want the bag. It's my honest opinion that they sold the Federal Reserve note to the Negro at alarming rates throughout the years through the uses of media, music. I mean, wonderful song. I give, honor and due to the Wu-Tang Clan, but cash rules everything around me. And my eyes was a psyops to make niggas go out and really worship that dollar, not knowing that while we was thinking about cash rules. You say what?
I will always say that, to the detriment of people that I knew that was in the nation of gods and earth. I got uninvited to a few parliaments because of my sentiments that I say, you God body, how you putting that information out? Like,
Because they ain't overstanding.
cash?
They ain't comprehended at the time, man. That while we was worried about chasing these paper dollars, those who had any type of true wealth was, number one, putting them in trust. Number two, grabbing assets and property, which is the real wealth within this company. I'm gonna let you know now, dollar bills is not wealth. When you get to being around these millionaires and people that's playing with billies and they talking about how much liquidity some of these other millionaires and billionaires got, they liquid funds is not adding up to their assets and property in no way, shape, or form. So when we look at the net worth of, and I'm gonna tell you who really throws us off a lot and makes us think that it's not like that, Mayweather. Because I was gonna use him as an example. Whereas when you think about the net worth of some of these cats and you like, okay, they got 2.5, they got one. Like cats really think that on some Scrooge McDuck shit, they got a bank full of dollar bills they can go swimming in. That's
Right.
not the fact of the matter. You know what I mean? A lot of these people who have these net worths into the millions and billions, all that is placed in assets, properties, um, investment funds, trust funds. It's not liquid. It's not liquid how we think it is, family. So in all actuality, when we look at the dollar was given to those that did not have access to such wealth in order to transact with each other on a commercial level. It was given to poor people. In fact, let me bring up a story that was just released just to back up a little bit of what I'm saying. What was it? Cashless. Hold on. There we go. So when we look at, and this was CBS News, and when just reading the headline of it hit me hard. Like, damn, like people don't even understand what they're saying. So it says critics say cashless retailers penalize the poor. Now, number one, pay attention to the wordplay. Number two, look at this kiosk right here. Pretty soon you're going to be seeing Bitcoin here, Ethereum, Litecoin. But
Facts.
going back to the title, it says critics say cashless retailers penalize the poor. So if I'm a cashless retailer, that means I don't take what? Cash. That
Cash.
means you cats can come in here with 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. You still looked at as the poor up in here because we don't use that.
We don't use that here.
You see what I'm saying? So when we see
I
a
see the story
transition,
come out of Israel. Pull that one up.
okay, right, where they're banning the use of cash, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is the things that we're not privy to, we don't pay attention to.
Nah. Israel. Yeah.
Here we go.
Come on, y'all. You gotta catch up. Like when they be saying, yo, this is a distraction. I be like, distraction from what though?
Right.
Did you ever step back and say, oh, what are they distracting us from? Information like this, right?
Let me bring
So
up the story with the
if they're
Rothschilds too.
utilizing things, yeah, then you pull up the Rothschilds after that. If they're utilizing things in societies like Israel, which is a satellite of this country, you feel me? It's like when I go to the Caribbean and I'm telling you, yo, they got milk, it's $11 over there. You know what I'm saying? Those are test runs. FEMA's over there, the Army's over there. What you think they're doing? They're testing to see how that shit plays on the populace.
So when we look at the story coming out of Israel, what they're doing is they put a ban on the amount of cash you can use. In fact, it was another story where they would break it down to certain things you could go to jail for, such as paying your employees with cash or too much cash, I believe it was. It's crazy when you get to looking at the dollar outside of itself and you stop looking at it with the value that we've been tricked for so long to think that it
Right.
has.
Placing it.
Right. And you just look at it as
You
the
could buy some
object.
box for with it. You know, you could buy a GAT. The things that you think is the most important things in your life could still be afforded with dollars and cents. So you just give it this, like you said, then you got Mayweather and the rest of them, you know what I'm saying?
Flaunting it. And
Yeah.
Jay-Z said a very important line. And I don't think a lot of people caught it. And not too long after that, when he said that line, now prior to him saying that, Jay-Z and Beyonce had already accepted Bitcoin for a concert way back when. Much like 50 Cent
Right.
accepted Bitcoin for that
The
Animal
second
Ambition.
album.
Right. People didn't know what, people weren't up on it yet.
At
So when
all.
Jay-Z came out with the line, I see all you cats holding money to your ear, there's a disconnect. We don't call that money over here. Number one, I took that in one of two ways. He really comprehended that's an instrument, it's a debt note, it's a true representation of debt, so it's not money. Number two,
Facts.
he was already into the game of the cryptocurrency, because not too long after that, in fact, let me bring this story up. Jay-Z, or one of his shell companies rather, ended up investing in the cryptocurrency, let me see, in the cryptocurrency exchange Robinhood. But he did it through one of his shell companies, which was real slick. Let me see.
Yeah, you put the Jay-Z in there.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, put the Z.
Here we go.
Facts.
And not only did he invest in crypto, he bought an exchange market that we had to utilize in order to use crypto with.
And look, it's 12 o'clock on the dot where I'm at, right?
Right.
Date on this article.
Hold on, let me see. What's the date on it?
Come on, you know my eyes are swift with this, man. To the date.
Hey, ain't no strange happenings, bro. Ain't no strange happenings.
Ain't no strange happenings, bro.
You know, when you see people like this, and they do it under behind the scenes, closed doors, like this news wasn't privy to the rest of the world. Nobody heard about Jay-Z buying up Robinhood cryptocurrency. Now here goes the actual concert they had: 25% off ticket prices for Beyonce and Jay-Z for the first 24 tickets purchased with Bitcoin. This is before people were on the boat, but that lets you know that these individuals had people in their ear telling them, like, look, you gotta go accept that new shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, we've had cryptocurrency Bitcoin ATMs in Chicago for the last 4 to 5 years, letting me know one of two things. Number one, and the majority of the machines are in the hoods in Chicago. They're not in prominent white areas. They're not downtown.
When I'm in Miami, they in the hood. When I'm in Harlem, you know, Harlem ain't the hood no more, but they was in Harlem. Right. Just 2 days ago when I was in Atlanta, they was in something that, you know, it's not the hood, but these are predominantly black areas, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? And we know why that is. You feel me?
Facts. Now, let me go over here and just show y'all something, because I know a lot of people are like, okay, this shit's all fine and dandy, but what can I do with it? How can I get a bag off it? So I'm over here, and this may be foreign for some individuals, but I'm going to break it down for you in a way that I'm pretty sure everybody be able to understand.
Yes, indeed.
So I'm over here utilizing an exchange market right now, and I'm trading in a base currency called Ethereum, which right now is $120 a share. So I'm using 3 times leverage, though. So that means whatever I'm coming in the door with, they fronting me 2 times that. So it's just like you going to the store and getting a brick from Poppy, and Poppy give you 2 more. Now you got 3 bricks to work with. Poppy wants you to go out, work what you can, bring back what you owe him, and you keep the rest. So when I come over on this platform, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm utilizing the exact same thing. So let me see. Let me bring up my Instagram real quick just to show them. I took screenshots of what I did with and I'm just now testing this platform. It's fairly new. With the platform not, but I'm fairly new to the platform. So what I did real simply was just send $50 over there, right? Let me see. Okay, not that one. This is the one. So if we scroll back and we look, can you see my screen, Brother Pill?
Facts, yes, indeed.
So you can see my available USDT right now is $54. That's all I sent over there on some test shit. Let me send $50 over there. Ethereum was trading at $119 at the time. So I went in. Now remember, they give you 3x leverage. So I got available for me to trade with extra $108, right?
Right.
If we move over, I go ahead and I loan this to myself. They give you the interest, which is about 0.05%. And now I have $163 to trade with, where I only had $54 to trade with previously. And now the only risk that I'm risking is the original $54 I had. So I can fuck Poppy money up, and I don't own the extra. You know what I mean? So now I have $163 in order to go in here and trade on this platform with this currency that's trading at $120 a share. So what I would do, let's see. I'm gonna give you a quick example. I got 1.3 of this coin available to sell. So what I would do is come over here. I'm gonna look at my charts. I'm gonna see where my support and my resistance is. Now, support is a level where price action refuses to go under. Resistance is a price action where is a level where price action refuses to go above. Well, let's see, we're looking at the day chart. Let me start as a so right here, down here, real quickly, right? In fact, I'm gonna break this down for y'all real quick. I'm gonna show you how you would start with a chart looking for support and resistance levels. So we'll use the US dollar, for instance. When you come down and you see certain levels where price action will not get above or go below, see how it came down and we bounced right here? That's called a support level. We coming up right here and we're hitting our head, but we're not able to get above it right here. That's called a resistance line. So right now, this would be your trading range if you can get it to bounce in and out of here.
Right.
Which on the dollar trading, now the only thing good about Forex is that you're able to trade with leverage, but that's a 11% spread right there. Now, anything with leverage is always good. There's a platform that I'm using right now on Simple FX that gives you 500 to 1 leverage. You know what I mean? So 100 is 500. You know, and these are the advantages that it's allowing us to use. Not only am I able to trade with that amount of leverage, I'm able to do it anonymously through a lot of these platforms. Whereas if I come in through cryptocurrency, I ain't got to give my name, my social security number, which ties you to everything within the US jurisdiction is your social. But you being able to operate outside of the social means you operating in the private. And that's what we're seeing happen right now with cryptocurrency, and the emergence of it is you're able to operate with private currency and complete sovereignty.
Which all sovereignty is about, family. It's about private versus public at the end of the day.
That's it. That's it. In fact, I got a podcast, New Money Matrix, where I break down the difference between public and private within the cryptocurrency space. So let me see. Back here, we can see we reached heights of $150, and that was on January 10th. So let's just say we reached back, hit that 150. Let me see. I'll sell, I cash out, sell 100%. That'll give me a total of $203, right?
Right.
Now, if I go over here and I go to repay, I see that I only owe them $108 plus my 0.05% interest. So all I got to give him back is 108. Everything after that is take home for me.
Right.
And those are just some of the advantages. And this is just for me sitting at the crib, family. Like, I'm gonna let y'all know I'm from Chicago, been out here damn near all my life. You know, moved away for a second, came back, but I got a lot of easy money in my life. I've been in prison for a lot of the easy money I done got in my life. When I say like this shit right here is, I'm talking about y'all talking to a dude that ran the streets damn near my whole life. I ain't never did shit other than what I did. And coming into this new technology, this new way of getting money, really getting to the bag in a safe and efficient way where I ain't got to run, I ain't got to muscle, I ain't got to bustle, I ain't got to worry about the police. None of that. Sit in front of my computer. Right. Man, no niggas, no like nothing, bro. None of that. Now, a lot of people are like, well, I don't have time to do that. And that's very understandable that everyone doesn't have time to sit in front of a computer. But to me, this was another form of hustling. And all I did was took the energy that I was putting into the street and I transitioned it and put it into crypto. And now I can break this down in the same format. To me, it's all the same. When we go look at Bitcoin, right? And we look at the price that it was trading at the heights of $20,000. A real simple way to look at it is like I was breaking it down for you, Brother Phil. You know, at one time, if we look at Bitcoin, in fact, this is what I'm gonna do real quick. But that might be too, oh man. See, I don't even be knowing where to begin at, Brother Blue. We're really trying to break this down because I don't, you know, I want to take baby steps with it. And sometimes with me being where I'm at in my learning level, I could skip over a lot of steps to whereas individuals would be lost and not knowing, you know, where I'm going with it. Do we got any questions or anything from the audience that maybe I could try to build a foundation with everybody for those that are tuning in?
This is your opportunity, family. If you have any questions thus far, you know what I'm saying, drop some of them in the chat. Or we're just going to keep rolling. And they can catch it on a replay.
Right.
Yeah, somebody said align with the chakras.
Oh, okay. So I know what they want. Okay, that must be somebody that that must be somebody that knows me. Okay, so I got a system put in play.
Real quick, they said before we even get to that, because we know that's there, that's hanging. It said, what is the time frame you use to base your support and resistance?
Okay. When using support and resistance, there's a term in trading that says when in doubt, zoom on out. So what that means is that when you're in doubt of what trend you may be going in, where your support and your resistance lines are, the first thing you want to do is use the largest time frame available. Maybe not the largest available, but at least a day to a weekly chart. So what I would do with the asset is I would go out to my weekly. I would start with my weekly chart. I would look for my support. Okay, so I know I got strong weekly support right down here at around 3,100. I would go ahead and mark that. In fact, it's probably marked all up. It is. Let me find something that ain't got nothing on it. Hold on. Let's look at Bitcoin versus the dollar. So I got shit over here. Let me see. Okay, let me erase all this. I can get rid of this and start fresh with this. So this is Bitcoin versus the euro. Pretty much the same price movement, not too much different. So the first thing you will want to do just to find your strong support is find what your weekly support is. You see we got weekly support right down here. We came down, we met that bottom, we bounced off it. When we came up, we hit our head right up here. That's going to be your resistance level. Now you start breaking it down. Now we can go to a day chart. Now you see them candlesticks just broke down because each one of those candlesticks at that point in time represented 7 full days. Now we broke down each one of those candlesticks into 7 separate candlesticks. So now it gives us more detail of what's going on within those candlesticks. And within that candlestick, we see we now have support and resistance lines resting within it. So now we look for those support and resistance lines, right? Now, for those that have been in this space for a while, you already know support and resistance lines are one and the same, just in different time frames. So what once was support can be resistance in the near future. In fact, as a perfect example of that, if we look back, hold on. We scroll back into the past here, we can see right here on, what is this? November 22nd, 2018, this line indicated by 3713, when we came down, we actually got 2 solid bounces on it. Even on the third day, we got a body closing on it. So that was treated as support. But if we move along into the future, we can see that it was quickly treated as a form of resistance when we tried to come back up and get past that line of scrimmage. Now, a way that I like to break down how I look at this from a psychological point of view is, let me break this down to a minute chart and let me show you. For individuals that remember summer camp or anything like that, we used to have a game called tug of war. Tug of war would be 2 opposing sides. You got a middle point. You know what I mean? You got one side of the rope. I got one side of the rope. So what do? You got a middle position. That is your, let me see. Hold on. I want to break this down for the family. Okay, so here we go. So I'm looking at a minute chart right now, right? And the minute chart is going to show us the fluctuation of Bitcoin. In fact, let me find somebody that's moving a little bit faster too. There we go. What we're looking at right now is going to be the fluctuation of Ethereum. Right now we're looking at a minute chart. So every minute this candlestick is going to change, which is just boom. You see what just happened? Now that green candlestick, the line of scrimmage, the tug of war starts right here. Meaning if the bulls come in and pull that string up, it's going to give you a green candlestick. If the bears come in and pull that string down, it's going to give you a red candlestick. These green candlesticks represent an amount of buying power coming into that asset that you're looking at. The red candlesticks represent an amount of selling power coming into the asset. So what you're seeing right here are sell-offs, and these are buy-ins right here. Sell-offs and buy-ins. Remember, red and green. They got a lot of animal energy within this trading space, Blue. Like, it's crazy. Like they actually call it animal spirits within this. So the most 2 known animal spirits are the bulls and the bears. And the reason that we use those 2 animals as an analogy for a price movement is because of the way that those 2 animals attack. When a bear attacks, it takes its horns and it thrusts them in an upward motion, trying to, get whatever enemy, whatever the case may be. When a bear comes and attacks, it takes its paws and it swipes downwards, thus striking its opponent down to the ground. So that's why we call those. You know what I mean? That's where you get bull and bear from. So if you're ever listening to people and they're talking about the economy, like, yeah, the bull market. Bull market means, man, money's coming in. The bear market means it's fucked up and the economy is going down. So when we look at another thing I want people to pay attention to, go look at the Dow Jones real quick. We're going to look at the Dow Jones. We're going to look at the S&P. Let's see, Dow Jones. So right now, individuals are saying that the market is crashing. In fact, before I get to that, I know a lot of people have been looking at oil prices, right? Gas prices lately, and seeing that they have been at mostly an all-time low with over the last couple of months. Now, individuals be like, okay, that's a good thing. That's very nice. But at the end of the day, from an economic standpoint, no, it's not. This is the price of oil right here. We was trading at damn near $80 a barrel. and then crash. This when all the gas start getting low, all the barrels start crashing. This is jobs losing. This is the economy going to shit. Came down, and this is a lot of the trade wars is going on, and a lot of sanctions that the United States is trying to put around the world right now. Man, you gotta pay attention to international business. What's going on? What kind of, because a lot of individuals, especially within our demographic, could be like, well, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. That doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form. But family, if you think that these currency wars doesn't affect you in any way, shape, or form, when you go into the gas station or the grocery store, and like Brother Blue Pill said over there in St. Croix, you go in there, you get a gallon of milk, and the gallon of milk $6.99.
St. John's, right?
St. John's, right? You're gonna feel the after effect. There's always a trickle down effect.
Facts.
I mean, almost like how we see the bags of chips go from 4 for $1 to now 2 for $1. That's a huge economic change when we sit back and really look at it. And it gives more credence to when I was younger, and you know, my elders used to tell me, look, we used to be able to go get milk and bread for 50 cents, 25 cents, $1.50. And it's like, damn, wow.
Hit you that. Boy, I was able to get on the train for a nickel.
For a nickel. Hey, man, and I'm gonna tell you another part of the matrix that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
coins. Go ahead.
Now, somebody in the chat said Trump said the U.S. is #1 in oil production. Watch what's going on with Venezuela. Watch what's going on with Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And all of that has to do with, you know, oil acquisitions. You feel me?
In fact, something interesting about Venezuela, they just came out with some news. They just hit an all-time high for Bitcoin transactions.
Can you explain that?
Okay, so right now what's going on in Venezuela is that their means of exchange or their fiat paper is so inflated to whereas you can have a table full of money and it's not going to get you a simple things like a toilet paper. Simple necessities that we buy for pennies on the dollar. Now, with that going on, now the second that the president of Venezuela tried to go to Europe and get this gold out of the gold reserves that, you know, these European and these United Kingdom banks own, they basically told him fuck off. Excuse my language, but they like, nah, you're not getting this. So he's in a dilemma now. Right now, the whole country's in a dilemma where they have no financial backing. The United States is breathing down their neck. They don't really have that many allies, and you have a country now that has no way to transact. So what is the way to bank the unbanked better with than cryptocurrency? And not just cryptocurrency, namely Bitcoin and Dash. Dash, which is really being used more so in Venezuela as a privacy coin. If we go look at the price of Dash right now, Brother Blue Pill, let me see, let me go down to a day chart or hour chart. I mean, just look what it's doing. This is price action going up. This is money being made. For those that don't really comprehend or understand what we're looking at, when you see this right here, this is money being made. So we went from a low of $67, and this was on the 7th. It's only the 11th. Now we're trading at a height of $80, and this comes from when money comes into or is being bought in abundance of. So when I see things like this, backed up with stories like this, now it's saying Bitcoin trading in Venezuela just hit an all-time high despite a 40% premium, meaning they're even selling it over there at probably 40% higher than what it costs. Which, let me see, per day on average, 36. They're doing $1.2 million per day on average. Let me see. I'm trying to get through all the little technicals and just bring just that direct information. So what you're seeing happening now is a lot of businesses out there where you can't utilize or even use the dollar. They're allowing them to transact with cryptocurrency. Now, the thing about cryptocurrency, and this is another story I wanted to bring to individuals' attention. Wells Fargo, that blackout they had, where people weren't able to utilize ATM machines. They were putting money in the ATMs. They weren't getting to the bank. Checks were being missed. They chopped it up to a story about smoke at one of their locations. But I don't see how smoke at one of their locations knocked down the whole grid. In my opinion, that was what we call a bank run, which is, we really gotta have a comprehension level of how the banks work. When you give your money to the banks do the same shit that someone you fronting money is gonna do, or fronting dope gonna do. They're gonna go out and they're gonna hustle with it. And the banks don't always make the best of investments. They could easily lose the money that you gave them. And when they lose the money that you gave them, it can go on what is called a bank run, where the banks will deny access to your funds that are theirs.
You short.
Now, for anyone that thinks that the money in the bank is truly theirs, number one, I want to ask you: have you ever read the paperwork that you sign when you go and fill out for a bank account? And number two, if it's so much of yours, I want you to go in there at any time without an ID and try to get out what is yours or what is rightfully yours.
Dog.
And you can have a teller in there that's seen you every single day for the last
face card ain't good, homie.
years. Nah, they're gonna tell you, I'm sorry, Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so. I know I've seen you in this store for for the last 365 days, but without that little piece of plastic with your name and face on it, I can't allow you to get what you think is your money, because you really gave it to us to trade with and hustle with. So, it's certain provisions. And not only did you give it to them to hustle and bustle with, they charge you to keep it. They charge you to transact with it. When you really step out of being pampered and pacified by the system, i.e. the government, the banks, and depending on other individuals to take care of your affairs and pretty much back you up in things and start living on your own, like, it's crazy to say, Brother Pill, but I've lived damn near the last 2 years cashless, whereas I only pull out Federal Reserve notes if I really need them. Majority of my money is digital. And saying that, I don't bank. I don't have a bank. For any individuals that are bringing life into this world right now that are speaking on getting them any type of bank accounts, I'm going to tell you now, I highly doubt there's going to be such thing as a central bank in the next 18 years. I would highly suggest getting your children digital wallets, start filling them up and securing the coin in them, because that's going to be the currency that they transact with at the end of the day. When we think this is too hard, also, I want to show the people something. I taught my son how to read cryptocurrency, how to read charts and trade when he was 10 years old. He started his own YouTube channel. I want to bring that up real quick just to show the family the speed that he was able to learn and conduct his own business and do his own thing. Let me see. And his name's Chicago Crypto Kid. For anybody that wants to check him out on YouTube, this is my son.
That's right. Yeah, go subscribe, family, to Little Man's page. You dig what I'm saying? Turn on the notifications and all of that.
In fact, here we go. This is the first day he did his first.
Yeah.
Let me see.
He made a rack.
Let me see. Let me know if y'all can hear this or not.
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear it?
I don't know.
Okay, that may be me. But what he's doing right now is he's making a reinvestment on his own. Now, the platform that he's using, for those that are in the crypto space may have known they did shut this platform down. But that nonetheless does not take away in any way, shape, or form the amount of advancements that he was able to make within this platform. I mean, he grew it up to $1,000 completely on his own by reinvesting his funds on a daily basis after getting a certain percentage. And I wish y'all could hear him articulate himself as he works his way and maneuvers through this matrix, because what he's doing, a lot of individuals can sit back and wouldn't know what the hell he's doing. But if we look, let me see. He's going to show you exactly what he's made so far with the platform. Let me see. I mean, and this is when he was 11, family. He's 11 transacting on this cryptocurrency platform completely by his own, with no help from Pops, none. These videos he did on his own. This is the one where he did $1,000 active investment. This is where he first made his first $1,000. See what he's doing now is he's sending money over to his wallet so he can go spend it. Completely on his own though. He transacts and controls his own money. No help from me. You can do the exact same things, family. And it's to the point now in the cryptocurrency space where they have so many dApps or decentralized applications. And this is him spending money he made to buy himself some glasses. This is him pulling fiat out from Bitcoin, because you can do it. I get a lot of questions of, well, how do you spend it? You can't spend it. And that's bullshit. They letting you pay taxes with it right now. So you're definitely going to be able to spend it with some of their merchants. You know what I mean? This is him pulling cash out to go buy
Gucci with it.
Oh, yeah, you definitely go buy Gucci with it. Definitely. I mean, I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of people don't know, especially people that aren't really in those folds. A lot of your card crackers, a lot of your credit card players, where do y'all think they get the numbers from, or how they acquire the information that they do? Through use of Bitcoin. That's why you seen so many ATMs within the hoods. Somebody did their research. Whoever invested in these Bitcoins, they knew from what demographic a large amount of Bitcoin transactions was coming from. Because you're not going to sit here and tell me that an individual is going to go put a Bitcoin ATM machine on 79th and Cottage Grove Street in the middle of Chieftown in Chicago. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about in some of the poorest neighborhoods. But you're putting a machine that's to be used for digital transactions with a new form of digital currency that the white man didn't even know about at the time, so to say.
Thanks.
You know what I mean? These machines were not in downtown Chicago. They were not on Michigan Avenue. They was not. They was not near Macy's and Nordstrom's and all that.
I don't see them in Buckhead. I see them in the hood. I ain't see them on Fifth Avenue in Madison. I seen them in Harlem. You dig what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you what else.
I didn't see them on the beach. I saw them on the seedier parts of Miami.
And that's because they know them black dollars. Once again, it comes back to that black dollar. They know, even in a digital sense, that we was ahead of the game. We was ahead of everybody, family, when you look at it. But once again, we didn't have a simple comprehension level of what we were doing and what we were messing with. There's people that have been transacting with Bitcoin for the past 4 or 5 years and still refuse to hold it as a store of value and continue to give it away to the scammers for the credit cards or numbers and whatever else they may be giving it away for, to do whatever business they may have to do, not knowing the value in the very currency that they're giving away.
Facts.
You know, when we look at the fact that they have opened up, let me share this with the family too. Not only are we able to utilize such things as ATM machines, countries are going over to it. When we comprehend what the let me see. When we comprehend what our credit account is, or what credit is, and how you're able to pull things out of your credit account, being it's just a trust fund that was created by the United States jurisdiction, Social Security Administration. So anytime you're pulling from that credit account, you're pulling from a trust. Now, they have never allowed you to pull from that trust and deal with anything other than debt, right? With them now allowing us to pull from that account, meaning that you're able to leverage or hedge your credit with digital assets now, is next to amazing, especially for anybody out there that's playing the CPN game. Y'all out there playing the credit game. If y'all not leveraging that shit with cryptocurrency, you going the fuck crazy. They giving it to you for free. Come on now, get you a CPN, get you a 750 credit score, go get you a couple of black cars and stop going to Gucci and swiping. Go ahead and get on some of these cryptocurrency platforms and get it. Now, I'm gonna bring a couple of websites to the family's attention just to show you how much mass adoption is coming, and they're trying to shove it down our throat. And it's like they're trying to force feed it to us, and we won't take it.
This is like veganism. Yeah, crypto's a new vegan.
Hey, definitely.
Wait, 15% discount on Amazon? Shit. Let me screenshot this. Hold on. I will be revisiting this shortly. $15% on top of my Prime? Shit. Chicago, you there? Hold on. Chicago. Give me a second, y'all. Let me troubleshoot. I don't know. This must have been an information overload. All right. Well, whatever happened, I guess the brother will be tuning back in very shortly. All right. I'm almost certain of it. In the meantime, tonight's episode is being sponsored by the Zorb. Okay. TheZorb.com. All right. You could put in code BLUEPILL on the checkout for a sizable discount. Chicago, that's you?
Yeah.
All right, you back?
Yep. Trying to get back in now. Go ahead and get back to sharing. I'm right back. Yes, sir. Let me
All
figure out how to share this again. Do we have any questions? That's another thing, family. I can get long-winded and just be going off, man. Y'all gotta stop me and be like, man, slow down, dude. You're going too fast.
I gotta
YouTube, I gotta stop me and be like, man, slow, taking off. Go ahead and stop me.
Yeah, I got a few questions that I wrote down earlier when they started asking questions.
Okay, no problem. You can go ahead and shoot. I'll answer them to the best of my ability as of right now. Let me find out how to. Okay, there it is. I seen somebody ask what was the advantages of using Cash App to buy cryptocurrency. Now, the good thing about Cash App versus you utilizing something like Robinhood is that on Cash App, you're actually able to send the cryptocurrency out of the Cash App to an outside wallet, thus ensuring that you own the cryptocurrency. Let me put that out there also for anyone that I'm still on, Brother Pill.
Okay. Yeah, screen is on. Yes, indeed. Hit that like button, y'all. In the meantime, between time, right? That's how they be saying it on their lives. Hit that like button. We got to get this thing to the top. Let me get a thumbs up. Let me get a thumbs up. Drop a one in the track.
Right. In fact, I didn't even share it on my IG page. Let me go share so I can get some of my family members over there. I don't know if I got anybody in the audience on my page. The most important thing for family members to always think about or remember is that hello. Yeah. Say it again, Brother Pill. Okay. I was saying the one thing you gotta always remember is the difference between public and private. Remember, just how we orchestrate and operate in the United States jurisdiction of the world of commerce, and you operate in the public and the private. It's the exact same thing in the cryptocurrency. You got public and private currencies, public and private keys, public and private blockchains. Now, rule of the thumb is if you do not own your private key, you do not own the cryptocurrency. So I know it's a lot of individuals that came into Bitcoin by way of the what was it? Coinbase. Now the thing about Coinbase is that even though it's the most used platform and it's regulated by the government and all that, it's a managed platform to whereas you don't own the cryptocurrency that's on there in all actuality. Anytime they can lock it up. It's almost like putting your money in the bank. If you utilize a platform with cryptocurrency and you do not own the private keys, it's just like you going to your next door neighbor saying, here, hold this for me. And when I want to come back and be able to get it. So always remember, if you don't own the private keys, you don't own the cryptocurrency. You say you had a couple of questions over there, Blue?
Yeah.
Somebody's still asking about the chakras and the crypto. Let me, I'm gonna answer your questions. Let me set that up for them so I can explain that to them.
All right, for sure.
But if you want, you can go on with the questions that you have written.
Okay. Yeah, somebody asked, do they need a bank account to open up, I guess, an account, crypto-based account?
No, you do not. You can utilize a bank account if you choose to and connect it to such entities like Uphold and Coinbase, but you got certain websites where you're able to remember this is a peer-to-peer currency. That's the main thing that cryptocurrency was made for peer-to-peer transactions. So if you even got individuals within your state that have cryptocurrency, they are able to sell this cryptocurrency to you hand to hand. Whereas all you need to do is download a digital wallet, be able to pay for however amount of coin you want to secure, and then meet up with an individual at a coffee shop, whatever the case may be, somewhat secure, and you're actually able to transact and buy cryptocurrency straight off an individual who holds it. Now, if you do want to utilize your bank account, then you can utilize a website called Coinbase. And Coinbase will allow you to do bank transfers with your credit card or a debit card. They may have opened up the credit cards back up because what happened 2 years ago was they had shut all that down, all that using credit to buy crypto. They was trying to figure all this out. In the very beginning, it was like the wild, wild west where you could damn near utilize anything. And then as mainstream got in it, they started locking and closing doors. You know, when I first got into cryptocurrency, BLUEPILL, you didn't need an ID for shit. All you needed was a email account. Now it's so stringent when you sign up for certain platforms, they ask for ID, front and back. They want to see a picture of you holding the ID. You know what I mean? That just comes from government regulation and interference. But I could go out to the next question. That was
Yeah, somebody wants to know, how do you transact with the Bitcoin ATM machines?
okay. I got a couple of videos on my YouTube channel also showing how to transact with the Bitcoin ATM machine. But in a general sense, what you would have to do is go to the ATM machine. You're gonna hit the option to buy Bitcoins, and what they usually ask for is a phone number. Now, once you give them your phone number, it's going to text you an SMS message with a code. You input that code into the ATM machine, and then the ATM machine will then allow you to set up a 4-digit secret PIN. So now every time you come to this machine from here on in, what you'll do is you'll type in your phone number, it'll register, it'll ask for that 4-digit PIN, and then you'll be able to utilize the machine. Now, in order to utilize the machine, you're gonna have to download a digital wallet, which is where you'll be sending the Bitcoins to. And for as suggestions, you got Samurai Wallet, which let me pull that up real quick, which I like more so. It got a lot of how do I call it? Spy-like features to their wallet. I got a whole preview on my page going into it. You got such things. In fact, I'm gonna bring up a couple of options for individuals to use that are just getting into the space. So the Samurai Wallet, they call it a Bitcoin wallet for the streets. Modern Bitcoin wallet hand forced to keep transactions private and your identity masked. So they got platforms out here that's just for people to stay anonymous with. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Another one that I suggest is the Trust Wallet, which is one that I really utilize. Now, with the Trust Wallet, not only does it allow you to hold your cryptocurrency in a sovereign way, because you get the private keys to it so nobody can touch it. In fact, let me say this too. For anybody that studies any type of trust law, the more that I look at not just cryptocurrency, but these wallets, they actually act within the means of a trust fund. Whereas much like a trust, the trust actually has ownership of the actual asset or whatever you have placed within the trust, and you only have control of it. So when we look at a digital wallet, such as the Trust Wallet does not ask for your first and last name. It does not ask for your age. It does not ask for your social security number. It's just a wallet that has a private key that you're allowed to hold cryptocurrency on. Now, even though you are given that private key, and you're the only one that has access to that wallet through that private key, if you was ever to lose that private key, that money would be stuck on that wallet. I got money stuck on the wallet from 2 years ago that I'll never be able to get off.
This is like the story that popped up in the media recently about the gentleman that died, and the people were shit out of luck because he had the key.
Definitely. Which so it was a gentleman, like I said, you own the private keys, you own the crypto, can't nobody access it. It was a gentleman that was the CEO of an exchange market, and he quote unquote passed, because what's coming out now, Brother Blue Pill, is that the country that he passed in, or the province that he passed in, is known for faking deaths of Americans. You know, so now they're looking into the whole thing. Did he fake his death? And it's coming out that now they're seeing that funds are being shifted here and there. So that was probably a bullshit story. But going on to what you said was, he supposedly died. He had the private keys. The exchange market was out of, I think, $194 million. Now, to rectify that, they were going to sell, I guess, the ownership of the exchange market to another company. They were going to buy and be able to, you know, pay back out what individuals were supposed to get. But once again, you don't own the private keys, you don't own the crypto. It was a trader that came out and said he lost $452,000 within that exchange market. That was his life savings. You know, and you get stories like that within the cryptocurrency space. In fact, let me hint on that real quick. Also, you got individuals that tell you this is a scam. It took my money. This, that, and the third. I've been doing consultations for almost a year and a half now within this space. And a lot of times when individuals come to me and say that something didn't go right or something took something from them, it is usually to the ignorance of themselves not understanding or comprehending the technology that them themselves is transacting with. Whereas they will download a wallet and will not correctly or won't even record their privacy. To whereas when the wallet closes up, now they're asking for this key that you don't have, or these words that you didn't write down, and now you want to say that the platform took your money. Because we have to remember, a lot of these platforms are decentralized. Decentralized means there's no central authority, meaning that not like Facebook and Instagram, there is nobody for you to hit and say, I forgot my password. If you lose the key to your safe, there is no locksmith. That money is locked in there forever. So you got individuals that are not securing their crypto in the right ways, getting locked out of accounts, and then want to call it a scam. No, it's not a scam. You scammed yourself because you didn't understand what you was doing. You jumped in head first due to greed, which is what a lot of individuals did during the great FOMO run of 2017 when we was running up to $20,000 of Bitcoin.
Right. I mean, you know, we live in a society where we're told somebody else died for our sins. Why the hell will you have to remember your own pen? You know what I'm saying? The shit is either resettable or you could get it in another means. Like, lost your password, we'll resend it to you. We've been accommodated too much. You know what I'm saying? We used to that. So people really don't have a tendency to think about this like a life and a death situation. Like, no, you got to know that key. You got to figure out a way to safeguard that. You know, that was somebody else's next question. Shout out to Casey in the Compass Circle who made a lot of this, you know, my residency here on Know the Ledge for the month of February possible. Shout out to her. But
Peace, Queen. Peace.
Yes, indeed.
What did she ask?
How do you safeguard your wallet?
Okay, you got individuals. Okay, so you got a cold wallet, you got a hot wallet. A lot of individuals like the cold storage, which is an actual physical wallet, like the Ledger, the Tether, which gives you almost like the Keep key. Also, in fact, let me bring one such wallet up. Now, my thing about these wallets, and this is just me, family. This is me. These are my opinions. I'm not the know-all guru of this. I've just been in this space for a minute. Me personally, I don't like having something physical somebody can take from me. Whether I got the private key or not, you take the motherfucker from me, I ain't got it no more. You understand what I mean? I would rather have my bread, this is me once again, in the ethers, in the matrix, in the space. Whereas if I'm transacting and I'm going from country to country, because what they're starting to do now at a lot of these airports, brother Blue Pill, is check individuals for cryptocurrency. So they're checking for treasures. They're checking for these little USB type safes because they know that it could have $2.5 million on it. So whereas you got to go from here to wherever and you got to go through those lines, me personally, I can erase whatever wallet I have on my phone completely, get to wherever I'm going. As long as I got an internet connection, I can now pull that wallet back up on my phone, put in my private key, and all my funds are going to be right there ready and waiting for me. So to me, it's the most stealthiest way to have let me not say that. It's the most stealthiest way for me to secure my bread. Whereas it is, you know what I mean, just gone in the ether. It's only there when I want it to be there versus there being an actual physical object for anyone to confiscate. That's just my opinion. But you can use either or though.
Yeah, so that would be the only answer that you have for the chat in regards to safeguarding the wallet. Is there any other measure?
Private keys is the strongest way to safeguard your wallet. The only way, damn near. Like I say, either you're gonna have a physical one or you're gonna have a digital one. Now, there's many different wallets that you have, and that's where the comprehension level comes in because you'll think you're safeguarding something that's not even yours. Almost like how we were talking about Coinbase. Coinbase is not your wallet. You know, there's a lot of wallets that are available out there that individuals will erroneously think that's theirs. The main thing you want to make sure is that you have ownership or control of that wallet through use of private keys. That's the main thing within this space, private keys. Always remember that.
Okay. Yeah, next question that we got is, this is a good one for you. How much for your one-on-one classes?
Okay. I got a donation set up. I really don't put too much numbers out there. I can be emailed though for anybody inquiring any type of private consultations at cryptonomicconsul@gmail.com, CRYPTONOMICCONSUL gmail.com. Once again, that's CRY.
Somebody drop that in the chat, please. Spell it again.
It's CRYPTONOMICCONSUL@gmail.com. And if anybody's in the chat that is knowledgeable about me, if you can, just give your opinion for the individuals that are in there and just let them know about my expertise. But I'm definitely I'm workable. I give a lot away for free, just to be honest with you. That's why I really don't like to talk numbers on here. I give a lot away for free for the people. My main thing, Brother Pills, I want people to just get this. That's why for individuals that don't come from like a trading type of background or know-how, for a lot of people that do follow me and follow my Instagram, they see the assets that I share and I talk, price levels of where to get in and where to get out. Man, those are like $1 million calls. Little do people know. I've done calls that have netted, and these are guaranteed. These like all documented. I could prove all this. Just over the last 2 years, my calls alone, free calls, have probably netted anywhere of an increase of 2,000+%. That's on a low ball. That's like on a low ball. I just did a call 2 weeks ago, 44% within a couple of days. Okay. All right. When we look at, I want to get down because somebody kept asking, and I kept seeing it in the chat talking about the chakras. I want to break down how I utilize the chakra system to trade. This is for anybody that comes from a holistic type of background. So we all know we got within the body, we got a chakra system. It's usually 7 main chakras. Within this system, I only use 6. I use the root, sacral, solar plex, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. Now, I don't have the heart chakra involved because I don't have my feelings involved in this. You know what I mean? If you trade with feelings, you are going to lose your money because you're going to do a lot of emotional trading. Now, when we look at the color coding of the chakras, if anybody even knows the colors, this is pretty much red to purple. In fact, let me bring up a example, just so that we know we on point. Let's see. Just bring up a quick example real quick and show you how I utilize these. Here we go, right here, real good. Oh, well, I thought it was just going, so we can see the picture right here, right? And you can see you got the color coding of the chakra, red all the way up to the crown chakra. We come back over here and we look at it. Anytime, this is what you want to remember. Anytime you're in a downtrend, meaning there's a sell-off, meaning money is being taken, meaning people are selling the asset, they're dumping the asset, the chakras are going to align up perfectly, meaning it's going to go from root to crown. Now, you want to think about this as an unbalanced type of feeling, to whereas anytime you're in a downtrend, you're unbalanced. So what do? You got to start meditating, start pushing that kundalini from your root chakra back up to the crown chakra. So the way I utilize this is I look for crossovers of the chakras or moving averages. So each one of my chakras line up to a moving average. So I got the 7, the 14, the 21, the 55, the 100, and the 200-day moving average. The moving average is the average of however many amount of days I'm using, those closings divided by the amount of days. So for the 200-day moving average, this is the closing price over 200 days divided by 200. Same thing with 100, 55, 14, 21, and so on and so on. So what you want to look for in order for you to enter a position is for usually, just like you're meditating, the energy starts going from your root and starts shooting up. So what we see within this chakra system when we trade, right, is the exact same thing. Let me open this up a little bit. Close that. So what we're looking at now is the root chakra being the 7-day moving average of this red line. What we have seen now is a crossover of the 7 and the 14 of the solar plex and the sacral chakra. A clean, now usually when you cross over that 55-day moving average, that's usually a clean sign of a buy-in. These are moving averages. These are used as lines of support and resistance. If we scroll back and we pay attention to them, look what happened anytime price action got near one of them. It rejected it, rejected it, rejected it. And they follow, the lower the day, the closer it follows price action. So what you're looking at now is a crossover or price action going to the upside, or your energy level starting to shoot up. To whereas when you get into an uptrend, meaning you're up in the money. So remember, when you see that crossover come, that's when you want to start entering positions. When you cross over the 14 and the 21, that's an indication maybe I need to start looking out. When you cross over that 55 and get close to that 100-day moving average, those are signs of a clear uptrend. You want to have entered positions maybe after the 55, but before you get to that 100-day moving average. Also depending on the time frame that you use, because every time frame is going to show you something different. Right now, we're looking at a 2-hour chart, which means each one of these candlesticks represent 2 hours worth of price action. Now, real quick, just as a quick lesson, I'm gonna give everybody a quick lesson in chart reading. So what we're looking at right now, family, are candlesticks. Candlesticks representing price action within a certain time frame. Green candlesticks open at the bottom and close at the top. Red candlesticks open at the top and close at the bottom. Depending on the time frame you're looking at is going to dictate exactly the time within the candlestick. So these are 2-hour candlesticks. So that means this is 2 hours worth of price action. Now, what you'll see coming out of candlestick is the exact same thing that comes out of a regular candlestick that you like, which is a wick. The wick represents how high or how low price action went after the opening and before the closing. So remember, tug of war. So the tug of war started right here at $110 with Ethereum, right? Within that 2-hour span, the bulls were able to pull price action. Now, if we pay attention up here, we got OHLC. That's open, high, low, close. That's the opening price, the higher the price, the lower the price, and the close of the price. If we go back over here on February 8th, 2019, we got an opening price of $111. We got a high of $122. We have a low of $110.44. And then we got a close of $118.40. So the tug of war started here. The bulls pulled price action all the way up to 122 bucks. Bears came back in, was able to pull price action down below the line of scrimmage, thus creating this little small candle wick down here. But the bulls were able to come back and secure their slot and get us at least up to this price action by the end of that 2-hour period. By the time the bell rang, this is where we stopped at. But what this shows you is the indication. This right here is an attempt by the bulls to pull us higher, letting you know that they wanted to go higher with price action, right? And then down here, you got a pull from the Bears, less significant than the one from the Bulls, letting you know that the Bears did attempt, but their attempts were thwarted off by the Bulls. You know, so it was a fairly weak attempt. Now, looking at the chakras colors, once again, this is your 200-day moving average. This right here, once asset has crossed the 200-day moving average, and this is the algorithm that a lot of bots run off of. They run off the moving average algorithm. Once you cross the 200-day moving average, either you want to have already in it positions, or you want to wait for it to go ahead and do what it's going to do and then stabilize. Because what a lot of individuals do, and it's just human instinct, is that we never, especially in the trading world, you don't buy things when everything looks all down and everything's red and it looks all scary. Nobody buys none of this. We only like to buy big green candlesticks. But what individuals don't understand is that if you're waiting to buy the candlestick once it's all green, you're the ones that we're selling to. Now, will you get it where an asset will pump up and then it'll consolidate and continue to pump? Yeah, but you also get a lot of times where an asset will pump up, as indicated right here. We got a double tweezer top right here. Let me see. Whereas the price pumped up and then it was quickly dumped down, meaning price action was quickly taken away. So you would have had individuals buying up here, and as soon as they would have been buying, it would have been getting dumped on. And if you didn't set a stop limit, then you would have took significant loss to your portfolio. Slow me down if I'm going too fast, family.
Now you good.
Okay. So moving right along, let me see. So let's look at price action real quick as it relates with the moving averages. We can see the 7-day moving average is going to be your closest line to price action. Meaning right now, if price action is ever above the 7-day moving average, that's a good sign. That's a good sign, especially as long as it supports it. Now, we can see a couple of times where it broke that 7-day moving average, but look what it came down and found. It found support by that 21-day moving average. And all these are in all actuality, invisible lines. They're invisible, but they're here. You know what I mean? Much like the Fibonacci. There's a tool called the Fibonacci tool, which is one of my favorite tools that I use to call price action as far as possible entries, exits, stop limits, where to get in, where to get out. A stop limit or a stop loss is utilized to minimize losses or maximize profits. So whereas let's say we would have bought in at $104, right? You have a tool on a lot of these exchange markets, because people think you can just get in and just lose all your money, but you got certain defense mechanisms that they allow you to utilize. And one such defense mechanism is a stop loss or stop limit. So let's just say we would have bought it at $104, it would have pumped up to $117. I can now come in and set me a stop limit at $110 in case price action drops back down without me having to watch it. It'll automatically execute my order, thus locking in the amount of profit that I did make. And it allows me to enter the position at a later date if it be lower and gain more cryptocurrency than I had in the first place. So the biggest thing I want to tell each and everybody that's listening in right now is to get a comprehension level before you jump into this market. not get into this driven purely off of greed because you see somebody making a couple
Right.
bucks.
So are there any are there any basic books or introductory level classes that they might be able to take?
Definitely. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't read no books to learn this, but I did write a book in the process of learning this. So I do have a book available. This is the only one that I can speak on personally because I never read anybody else's book. But I do have a book available called The Puzzle: The Enigma Behind Bitcoin and Cryptocurrency, and it is due for a donation. You can email me for the donation price, but it comes with a free 30-minute consultation.
Yeah, tell them the
I mean,
email.
the email once again is Cryptonomic Consult. In fact, let me go on YouTube. I could type it in.
Okay. Yeah,
But yeah, my book, and not to toot my own horn or anything. For anyone that follows me, you can go see the many testimonies that I have on my page from individuals that have obtained the book. They say it's one of the most comprehensible cryptocurrency books they have ever written or read. And I think one reason behind that being is because when I wrote the book, I wrote it with my 10-year-old son in mind. You know what I mean? Because I made it as a means for him to learn cryptocurrency and what was going on. So not only is it kid friendly, it's adult ready.
Kid friendly and adult ready. I like that.
And I do, and just to let the people know, I do consultations for children for free, especially those that have A's and B's on their report card. You bring me an all A report card, that child will get will get a percentage of Bitcoin.
Hey, you heard?
This is for the youth, family. I want the youth to really get on top of this because our youth, our children will not be transacting with monopoly money as we are doing right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not gonna be the future.
No, anyone can go ask their kid right now about V-Bucks. You got your child that's 8, 9, 10 and older, they know about V-Bucks. V-Bucks ain't nothing.
Fortnite?
Yeah, Fortnite, definitely.
That's Fortnite money.
Much like how they subliminally implanted FaceTime and all that in our minds by way of the Jetsons. You know, the Jetsons was copywritten in 1965. So for them to put out such things as iPhones, FaceTime, artificial intelligence, they were subliminally.
My mother, to this day, that's all she talk about. We was conditioned for all of this technology stuff. This was all we grew up on in the Jetsons. I mean, she literally said that up until yesterday. You feel me? She always be talking about.
Wow. Hey, that's the truth though, brother.
So yeah, she dumbfounded. Like, yo, she's like, they conditioned us. Like, all of this stuff was on the Jetsons. She's like, so what's next?
You gotta watch the movies and what they're showing our children. I pay attention to everything my son watches because that's what they're preconditioning their minds with. You know what I mean? So I pay attention to everything that he watches because I'm knowing whatever they're showing them, they're getting them prepared for the next 10, 15, or 20 for what they have. And when we look, family, it's not good. I mean, we got Hunger Games.
Everything's dystopian.
There you go. There you go. That's what they program in y'all children's minds to get prepared for. So,
facts.
I mean, not to scare anybody or any of that conspiracy theory stuff. It's just to be aware, to be alive. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, we're juxtaposing that conversation with showing you that any possibility for your own utopia, it starts here because this is how you finance it. This is how you walk away from the mayhem and the mess and say, I'm gonna do for self and build my own, and I don't need X, Y, or Z. You know what I mean? It starts right here. It starts right now. So this information, you know what I'm saying? This represents one of those keys to unlock yourself from this habitual dependence on like, remember the Matrix when Neo had to hold up that helicopter and shit was crashing into the building. Yeah, like you attached by a string to a helicopter that's, you know, spinning out of control. You either gonna cut the string or you're gonna go down with the helicopter.
And for individuals that think that you have to break the bank in order to invest in cryptocurrency, it's just as easy as using your vices, family. And this is something that I push a lot. I'm actually coming out with a book or a course called From Vices to Investments, showing how individuals can utilize those things that we do that are a detriment to our health, be it smoking, drinking, eating unhealthy, how you can utilize those funds. Because we all got an untapped money source that we got. We just use it frivolously, so it doesn't seem to be extra money to us. But For my smokers out there, you know, the big smokers is 3-5 in it a day. Go ahead and take 3 days out the week, take that 3-5 money, put it to the side, and at the end of the month, go invest in the cryptocurrency. You're gonna smoke it up anyways, right? Why not
That
invest? For individuals that might go to Mickey D's every day and get that Big Mac, go ahead and make you a sandwich at home. Big Mac money. Once we utilize discipline, brother Blue Pill, in a constructive way, especially when it comes to utilizing funds. Now this is the part where discipline really comes in, because you can stop smoking, stop drinking, stop eating healthy, and have that extra bread. But now you know how we are. We got extra money. Now we want to feel like we got extra money and go spend it on extra shit. Versus being like, nah, you know what? This has to go in the tip jar. I gotta put this in here. You gotta damn near act like you don't have the money. And with me getting into cryptocurrency, you know, my first 3 months, you know, I jumped in head first when I came up on this. My first 3 months, I didn't even know how to get my money out. I'm looking on there at X amount of $1,000 and I can't even take it out. But it taught me a level of discipline that I didn't know I had, because I couldn't spend shit that I had on there. You know what I mean?
Right. You had to pump your brakes. You was forced to pump your brakes.
Right.
Oh,
But
I just developed a whole new skin involuntarily. But once you got it, you're like, yo, like I ain't die. You know what I'm saying?
nope.
Maybe I should utilize this discipline a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And you move with that.
And that'll teach you, number one, the truest statement: money burns a hole in your pocket. That's because it's a tangible item. That's because it's made to burn a hole in your pocket. Money, family, let me get this out there right now. Money, not money, cash. Cash is only meant to be used. There's no other purpose for a cash dollar. It is only used as a means of exchange. You're really not meant to save money. I'm gonna tell you something. Getting into this and learning what compound interest was really helped me understand what Dame Dash used to say when he used to be like, man, I don't have it. I put it all back in. I put it all back in.
Mm-hmm.
I understand, like, damn, he was compounding everything. Compound interest. Allen Iverson. Albert Einstein said it was if I'm not mistaken, the 9th or the 8th wonder of the world. You know, this is an example of what compound interest is in the street level. Let's say I take $100, I go buy an ounce of reefer. I make $150 off that ounce of reefer. Instead of me taking that $50 and spending it, I take it back to the store. Now I get 1.5 ounces of reefer. Off that 1.5 ounces of reefer, I come back with $2.25. Now I'm able to get 2 1/4 off that. Now I keep compounding that and taking everything back to the store. I'm not spending my extras. Now, once I flip that to maybe a ½ pound or so, I can start taking extras off, but I'm still compounding a large amount of those funds that I'm making. And you can compound it in percentages, 25% of your profit, 75% of your profit. But the key is to compound. When you compound, man, you'll see the real power of money, fam. And we do it sometimes unconsciously and subconsciously.
Facts. Just like the banks, they got that interest, right? That compounded, what's that word that they use when they do they take $3 and they spend $9 out of it.
Oh, that's you talking about fractional reserve banking.
Fractional reserve banking, yeah.
Yeah, that's fractional reserve banking, and that's a fact that what they do with y'all money, family. So you give the bank $10,000, they legally can take 9,000 and go trade with it and just keep 1,000, 10% of total assets. Yeah, and I go through all of that in my book. Like I go through how the bank system works. I go through what fiat is. I break down the difference between cryptocurrencies. Oh, as an added incentive, you got cryptocurrencies that you can buy, and much like the law of attraction, you hold those cryptocurrencies in a wallet, and those cryptocurrencies then attract more cryptocurrency. I mean, they're called airdrops or staking crypto, but in a sense, it's just the law of attraction. By me holding this in this wallet, I'm going to sit this here and I'm going to get dividends of this cryptocurrency. So as the cryptocurrency itself appreciates and I'm getting these dividends to my wallet, so is my funds appreciating with the wallet. You understand what I mean? Let me see if I can find one of these dApps for the kids to play also. Let me see. They got so many games out here now for the kids, man. A lot of gambling sites. Let me see. What is it? I think this is Tron. What's funny, one of my homies just texted me and was asking me about this Tron bet, but it was something that I was already looking at. You can shake dice. You can get dividends. The technology that we seeing right now in here, Brother Phil, and a lot of this, well, no, all this shit is damn near decentralized. Whereas it's just running on smart contracts. There's no human interaction with anything that is, how do I say, making it move. It's all artificial intelligence. In fact, when we get back to speaking about who created cryptocurrency, it's my personal opinion that it was artificial intelligence that birthed cryptocurrency.
My research as well points to that.
You know, when we look at how crypto works and how it utilizes individuals and use the computing power. In fact, did you ever see Stranger Things, Brother Bluepill?
I missed it.
Man, you need to check
It's
that out. They got something in there. Yeah, it's something growing under the city, right? And it's crazy, but it makes me think of cryptocurrency and what are we really doing with us having all these mining equipment everywhere? And what are we really fueling? Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest with you, cryptocurrency is just, it ain't nothing but code. It's just electrical currents with a monetary value. Now, the only person that gave it a monetary value was humans. At the end of the day, there's no value to it other than what we gave it. So it makes one think, what is it growing or what is it? That's getting too sideways though. What I'm bringing up right now, family, is a social media site that one such that I utilize. Because what I want to start showing individuals, Bluepill, is the same shit that we do all day on Facebook and Instagram. There's cryptocurrency social media sites out here that are paying people for the exact same shit. I'm gonna bring up Steemit and I'm gonna bring up Cent. Now, this is my account on Cent. And what Cent is a incentive-driven cryptocurrency social media platform. As you can see, individuals got Ether or Ethereum inside their wallet. If we go and we look at my account, let me see, Chicago coins, we can see I've earned 0.017 ETH so far. And you can see the different, in fact, I should go over and change it over to US dollars so y'all can really see. But you can see that I'm getting paid just for posting the same stuff that we do all day for free, Brother Pill.
Mm-hmm.
There's platforms out here that are paying individuals for what you would call your intellectual property.
For content,
at the end,
right?
Exactly, content curators is how they say it. Huh? Help with what? You made a big mess? Okay, I'll help you clean it up in a little while. Yeah, your mama gonna whoop you or something. I don't know. You better clean it up. This is another platform, Steemit. We're looking at this individual. They got paid $256, and that is in a 6-day period. That's the penny payout, 256. Look, I've been on Facebook for almost 10 years. I've never got a fucking penny out of any one of those likes I ever got. Not one. And these are upvotes. These are the equivalents to likes. So when somebody upvotes your account, that means their upvotes are equivalent to cryptocurrency, and that cryptocurrency has a monetary value. And let me see. Let me find an off-brand topic. Let's look at food. Let's see what food's getting over here. What type of let's see what food's getting over here. This is for my health nuts. They lie to you about raw eggs, $71. Niggas is, and excuse my language, bro. We posting this type of shit on Facebook and all that for free, 5 days. $71.75 to write an article about raw eggs.
Wow. Oh, I got my Steemit account. I'm about to get back over here. Get the cracking.
Yes, you do. You gotta plug in. You gotta plug in.
I ain't getting this free game no more. No more.
Not when it's individuals out here that will reward you
when they paying in coins.
Now let me go and take a look at D2. They also have video platforms. D2, D-Live.
They making money over there.
Bro, like, hold on, let me bring up D2 real quick. Everything that we do in a centralized world, they're doing in the decentralized world. It's just that the incentives in the decentralized world is commercially incentivized, and in our world is incentivized by debt. So look, what we're looking at right now looks like what? Looks like YouTube, right?
Facts.
But you got to think about the amount of views and what you need on YouTube to get paid. So let's see this first one right here. Finding wild orangutans in North Sumatra, whatever the hell. They made $13.16 so far.
38 minutes?
38 minutes ago. Bro, look at this one. 6 days ago, 3,000. Huh?
About to get offline, bro. About to tell y'all good night.
Let's look at some of their hot videos.
I got posts to make. Shit. You know how much content I got? Shit.
Right. And this is available to any and everybody. Now, the thing that I do like about the cryptocurrency space, brother Blue Pill, is, for lack of a better term, or lack of a worse term, it hasn't been niggerized yet. Whereas you're not gonna come over here. I mean, I haven't seen it yet. Well, I'm seeing, niggas jumping around, flashing guns, and just the ignorance that we see within today's social media. I haven't seen it over
it calls the nigga involvement. You know what I'm saying? Just hasn't been niggerized yet. I remember when Facebook hadn't been niggerized. I remember a time when YouTube hadn't been niggerized. I've been on YouTube since 2007. So YouTube wasn't always niggerized. You know what I'm saying? IG, by the time I got over there, it was already niggerized.
Right. And I'm gonna bring this back up to show the family once again. Family, I only sent $50 over here. I'm trading with $160. I mean, if you can't take a flip like that and at least sit down and learn how to turn that 50 into just 60, just from, I mean, Brother Pill, the way I play on my phone with the cryptocurrency is almost like how I used to play Tetris back in the day. Some people may be a little bit too young to remember Tetris, but it's the exact same thing to me. It's like playing a video game. So we can sit on our phones. Think about how long it takes to really make a post, Brother Bill. I know you post a lot. Think about the time it takes to find the content, how long it takes to edit the picture you might want to post, how long it takes to write it up.
Come on with some verbiage.
Man,
post it, and then you and your, you trying to see what your numbers look like if you into that.
My book is called The Enigma Behind Bitcoin and Cryptocurrency. For anybody
that's interested. You might have lost your volume because I ain't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you clear.
Okay. Once again, the book is called The Puzzle, The Enigma Behind Bitcoin and Cryptocurrency.
How do they get it?
It's available. You can, in fact, let me put it in there. You can hit me up on my email at Cryptonomic Council, CRYPTONOMIC, gmail.com. Also, for individuals that want to follow me, you can follow me on Facebook. I'm gonna bring my Facebook page up real quick. I'm on Facebook at Amir Hodari. This is my Facebook page, AmirHodari. So you can follow me on
I'll let the God on IG too.
Yeah, definitely follow me on IG. The largest amount of jewels get dropped on IG, though I do go live. In fact, this is an excerpt out of my book. In fact, hold on, Okay, so yeah, this right here, family, is an actual page out of my book, and this chapter is called the Bitcoin to Genesis. So let me just give y'all a preview of what I got in my book. This is Out of Chaos Comes Order. Bitcoin was created in the aftermath of the 2008 financial crisis, where a number of banks and other financial institutes failed across the world and had to be bailed out by their governments and left us, the taxpayer, to foot the bill. Yes, we were the ones that ate the debt. And once again, one term we should be familiar with is fractional reserve banking. As an example of this, say the bank gives you $10,000. The bank doesn't actually keep it all. It is allowed to legally spend up to $9,000 of our money and only keep $1,000. These are facts. These are the type of things that I have in my book to put you up on game. Another thing I go into, what is a bank run? And when I was explaining earlier, it goes into the next page. This leads to what many of our parents and grandparents, or depending on the age of the reader, great-grandparents know as a bank run, where the banks fail because they're unable to fill all of its customers' orders, which is what we just seen, in my opinion, with Wells Fargo. Moving right along, when a bank goes out and spends 90% of the money it holds in investments of our money, there are chances that it can, and it does, make bad decisions and lose all the money. For example, in the 2008 crisis, banks bet on high risk subprime mortgages. And anytime you see a word like this with an asterisk by it and it's written in italics, I have the definition of the word under there. I do have definitions to words that may be foreign to individuals at the bottom of my pages. So, I try, like I said, kid friendly. I want you to understand what I'm talking about.
That's right.
These mortgages were given to people very unlikely to be able to keep up with their payments on houses that were highly inflated in value by the ease of obtaining a mortgage at the time. And I added that the movie The Big Short covered this fiasco in detail.
Facts. Wonderful.
Man, wonderful movie. I'm talking about dropped so many jewels if you really understood what they was doing. So these are just a couple of pages out of my book. So
So how did they get the book, family?
once again, you can if you're following me, you can hit me on the inbox, DM, or email me at cryptonomiccouncil, CRYPTONOMICCONSUL @gmail.com. Also, we have apps available to give out free cryptocurrency, family. I wish I could. Let me see if I could post this. You can't click on links in the YouTube chat, can you?
I think so. Yeah. Some of them.
Okay, family. For everyone that's watching right now, I'm about to post a link in the chat that's going to give you free cryptocurrency. Free. This is one of my free right here. Now, what you gotta understand is you cannot. Let me not say you cannot. When we look at the transfer of wealth is going on right now from analog to digital, and when I say it's a transfer of wealth going on, it's a huge transfer of wealth going on right now from analog to digital. They're tokenizing everything right now, family. They're tokenizing everything right now. Assets, property. For anyone that does any type of research, yeah, we're gonna take a look at smart lands too. They're getting ready to even tokenize the human, believe it or not. Let me see. For anyone that understands what a birth certificate is in the form of a trust, you know, the whole contract thing and everything, and we look at the way that everything is going digital, I came up with this story and I've been trying to share this with people. Now, this didn't come out in mainstream. This wasn't in the Chicago Tribune. It wasn't in the Sun Times. But Illinois launches the blockchain pilot to digitize the birth certificates. So with them digitizing the birth certificates now, come on, man. You can't tell me it's not going to make it easier for them to trade us by tokenizing us.
That's illmatic. Now show them the DNA, the genetic.
Oh, okay. So yes.
Yeah, let's merge that.
Now, not only are they utilizing the blockchain to digitize birth certificates, they're also utilizing the blockchain and allowing you. And when I first came up on this, Brother Pill, and I read it, I'm like, motherfucker. I'm like, the only reason, because when we look at cryptocurrency, the main reason cryptocurrency was created was to put the power back into the hands of the people. So now what we're looking at right now, family, is encryptgen.com. This is a peer-to-peer marketplace to buy and sell genomic data, health science products, and services. Now, what is genomic data? That is your DNA. They're allowing you to come in here, look, sell DNA data, buy DNA data.
Okay.
DNA data buyers. So when I see this, right, them allowing individuals to now do this on their own, it let me in on the dough. Like, well, that means they've been selling our shit the whole time.
Okay.
I mean, me personally, I've been to prison a couple of times, and they take my DNA every time. And even when you go to the hospital, let me not use prison. We'll use a hospital, for instance. Let's say you go get blood work done. They do the blood work. They come tell you everything's okie dokie. Have you ever in your life asked for your blood back? What they extracted out of your body? Have you ever asked what are they going to do with that blood? Have you ever read the paperwork you signed and able to go in that hospital and have that blood work done?
Negative.
So what this exposed to me is that there was a huge market out there, not just for DNA, but DNA testing. I mean, they're telling this stuff to universities, hospitals. Let me see. I'm trying to get to the page because they actually got the link in here where you can go ahead and get your shit tested now if you want to. They already got that up and running. Let me see. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Is that join the marketplace? Hold on. Yeah, I think this is it. Let me see. So family, everything is being digitally mastered right now. Everything. Okay, so you create a profile, link a DNA wallet, and they've hooked up, if I'm not mistaken, with 23andMe.
DNA.
If I'm not mistaken, they've hooked up with 23andMe, this company did. Let me see. Let me see.
Family,
was that in the news?
You couldn't believe it if you ain't see it yourself. Like I said, I had a special program in place for you this evening. All right. Make sure you go to that Cash App though, $BluePillar44. I had to pay Zoom. I had to pay him some scratch to make sure that this episode happened this evening. I'm I'm very glad that I made the investment, you know what I'm saying, in the platform. But they're gonna be hitting my card up.
Let me see. Let's look at the marketplace partners. Hey, it's a new day and age, brother
So if
Bill.
you see Kaiser Permanente and all of them, you already know what time it is.
Now this right here is the platform that they're using to let me see. This is a non-invasive DNA test based. It's on based on a swab to obtain and analyze your DNA in order to give you personalized information about disease risk,
Pharmacogenomics.
Yeah, and ancestry. The information is a powerful tool for each individual to take control of their well-being and together build a better and healthier future.
Better and healthier future.
Right. And we'll think like, man, ain't nobody doing this shit. Family, I'm part of these chat groups. I'm part of these telegrams. Them Europeans over there is going crazy over this shit. Like they over there swapping DNA back. I'm looking at them like, damn, like these motherfuckers are serious. Now, me myself, I wouldn't do this. I don't think I'm sending my DNA to anybody, or let alone putting it on the blockchain for the highest bidder. You know what I mean? But you have individuals that are out there doing this. I mean, they're letting you know it's a market for it. That's what I think Brother Blue Pill wanted me to bring this up to show you it's a market for so much out there. Let me show you another one. Let me see, CDEX, Diamond Exchange, first ever. Everybody out there with that drip, that bling. You think you got the real shit? Go ahead and start trading them then.
Money.
Let me see. Right now, we got a Diamond Exchange. Let's see. Let's view the demo, which I've signed up for already. I got an account. I would, in fact, I might log in. But right now, 3/4 carat round collection, GH Clean, 312. These are diamonds being sold back and forth, family. $2,000 a pop. And they are certified by the Geological Industry of America. And when you purchase the diamond, you are given a digital diamond certificate of title. And at any time, you can actually get the diamond mailed to you. This is where it's going, family. Everything is being tokenized. When we
everything. So while you sitting up there in Doubtland, USA, you know what I'm saying? Talking about, yo, I'm just saying, you know, the white man on the news said that Bitcoin ain't a go. Right? They letting everything out the back door.
Hold on. I'm glad you said that. You know, I've been in this space for a while. I can remember a time when Bitcoin first, hey, real shit, Brother Blueprint. I remember us partying and I'm talking about having good times when Bitcoin first hit 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. I've been here since Bitcoin was 1,000, way before any bull run came. But a story that I remember very well is when Bitcoin first hit, let me see, where is it at? When Bitcoin first hit $5,000, Jamie Dimon, who was the CEO of JP Morgan, came out and called Bitcoin a scam, called it, you know, bullshit. If he sees any of his employees investing in it, he was going to fire them.
Damn. That's how you feel?
But peep the game. Peep what happened. Here we go. Now that's from 2000. I'm trying to find one. Here it is. Okay. So what happened was Bitcoin dropped from the all-time high of $5,000 and fell back down to $2,500. Now, when it fell down to $2,500, family, the biggest investor in cryptocurrency, here it is right here. I'm gonna read it for you. And this is from 2017. Just recently, Bitcoin News reported that JP Morgan executive Jamie Dimon called Bitcoin a fraud, claiming he would fire any employee from his firm who traded the digital currency for being stupid. Now it seems JP Morgan has been caught red-handed purchasing a bunch of XBT shares, which is Bitcoin futures, otherwise known as exchange-traded notes, to track the price of Bitcoin. We go down here and we look. JP Morgan was the biggest investor after Goldman Sachs and at the Barclays, that is. So when they tell you to look left, they going right, family.
As they always do.
Look, this is who bought the most right here. And you can say JP Morgan. I wish I could blow this up. Hold on. Let me see if I can blow that up a little bit so the family can see it.
Yeah, I see this is
Oh, hold on. There it is. These are the companies that bought the most Bitcoins around that era when the price dropped. You got Morgan Stanley, you got Norded Bank, Avanza Bank, JP Morgan, amongst those buyers. So when they telling you that something's not a go, that's usually when you want to run towards it. Much how they told us a lot of our religious beliefs was not a go, and that voodoo and all this was quote unquote the devil's work. I've
Man,
learned
right
through
to
my
it.
studies, man. And look, I've learned in my studies, brother Blue Pill. Anything they say, leave the fuck alone. That's where I need to be at.
Dog.
I need to be at.
Facts.
You know. But just in a nutshell, family, this is the space that never before. Let me add this: never before have they ever even the playing fields. Whereas I could take $20 and go trade on a global network, a global exchange market against people that are trading with $1 million, 5,000, 50,000, 500,000. I mean, we got exchange markets doing an excess of $8 billion a day. That's just one exchange market. You know what I mean? So me being able to utilize 8 billion a day, why can't I go in there and snatch out $20 a day? They doing 8 billion. Why can't I snatch out a dub? You know what I mean? Also, man, we have never, well, not in my lifetime, we have never had the chance to be at the forefront of any type of technical advancement. We're usually Johnny come late when it comes to us as a people. And in this day and age right now, with the emergence of blockchain and cryptocurrency, I mean, people printing their own money right now. But fuck the bullshit. Let's get past all the consumer and looking at this, even wanting to trade this. There's individuals out here right now that are creating cryptocurrencies out of thin air and being funded with millions and millions and millions of dollars. We really, really need to get these think tanks put together and figure this out. Because the whole world of currency and finances is changing right now. And if we don't change with it, we're just going to be like we are right now, consumer to it. You know, and
waving
this is
out fiat in somebody's face talking about we got $1.2 trillion worth of this.
Man, I can show you some kids. Yeah. I can show you some kids doing the same thing right now. Big wads of money. I'm talking about big knots. Big 50, 40,000 boliviars. Man, that's just not worth that's just not worth anything.
Not worth toilet paper. You can't even wipe with that. That shit is too cursive. Too coarsive.
It's not. I just want people to have a comprehension level of the monetary system, how it works, and where the monetary system is going. Family, we didn't even bring this story. We talked about it momentarily, but we didn't bring it. The Rothschilds themselves just left, and I pay attention to wordplay. I read between lines. The Rothschilds sold their trust business after 200 plus years. 200 plus years in the banking industry, right? They backing up out of it, and they said, now, for anyone that's been in the space of cryptocurrency, you'll understand what they mean when they say this. So Alexandra D. Rothschild, who took over as the executive chairman, stated, in a changing environment, we believe that the trust business can operate more successfully in an independent structure. Changing environment, they mean the changing environment as commercial transactions go right now. There you go. Everything going from analog to digital. Now they want to operate on a more independent structure. What's more independent than the blockchain? If they're leaving the central banking that they've been, I'm talking about, have had a stronghold on for 200 plus years, for something new that just came up because it's got a more independent structure, family, they left the banks the fuck alone to go mess with blockchain. So I'm gonna ask you this now. If we have another crash like the 2008 financial crisis that we had, which a lot of commentators are saying we're going into, who's gonna bail us out this time? They not backing it this time.
They ain't nowhere to be found.
Nah, they ain't nowhere to be found. So man, them things fail this time. I mean, it's ugly, man. It's ugly. For individuals that have 401ks.
You got the article where it said that they got their own coin. I know we showed them about Israel.
Okay, let me see. You talking about the Rothschilds?
Yeah.
Or now, always remember, you got deflection news too, family. So at the same time, what's crazy about the story when it came out, it was only a couple of months after they came out with the story about them leaving the trust company alone. It was all around that same era. So let me see what Rothschild's family investing in crypto world means to the crypto sphere. Rockefeller, Soros, and Rothschild's money entering the crypto space. So they're saying that all three families are now jumping into the crypto space: the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, and George Soros. Let me see. Pay attention to Forbes too, family. When you see cryptocurrency news in the Forbes magazine, we got to understand the fan base that the Forbes caters to.
It'd be a whole lot of crypto information in Forbes because it always pops up on my radar because it be having 44s tied into it.
Right. And we got to think about who they pushing.
Resonated. We'll talk to y'all about that later. Tell them what your born day is if you want to.
Oh, okay. For just so individuals know that this was like divine intervention. I was born on the 4th day of the 4th month of the 84th year. So
44 resonator.
And then, my birthstone is the diamond. For anybody that's from Chicago that, knows how we run in the underworld, not only was I born on the 4th day of the 4th month of the 84th year, I grew up to be a four-corner hustler, which is one of the largest gangs located within Chicago, which happens to be under the gang sign of the 4-point diamond. So it was kind of crazy once I got older and really started putting 2 and 2 together with how my life went. It was like everything really resonated around those fours. It's real crazy. I remember being in prison on the 4th floor in room 404. Like facts. I got all the paperwork. Like, and number 4 is crazy, man, when you really get to tearing it apart. Yeah. But yeah, I'm a resonator. I was birthed out of the 44. So it was no strange happening in the universe that is in this day and age, 2018, 2019, I would now come into grips and in the presence of a man who brought the understanding of the law of 44 to the world. This shit ain't no this
ain't
a
game.
Nah, it's not. It's not hocus pocus. And this to even more solidify my range within the cryptocurrency space. When I did my natal chart, I think that the asteroid of Ceres was in my natal chart. And when I went to go research the asteroid, when I typed in Ceres, the first thing that popped up was Ceres in Chicago. I'm like, damn, what is this? So I go check out what the Ceres of Chicago is. It's located in the Chicago Board of Trade building, which happens to be the institute that first brought Bitcoin to institutional money. Chicago was the first one to open up the doors for Bitcoin to even be considered by institutional money by way of the CBOE, which is the Chicago Board of Exchange, and the CME, which is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. I hail from Chicago. This, in my opinion, me being in this space right now was divine prophecy.
It's God's plan, right?
Facts, That's just my thoughts and opinions, family. I mean, man, do we got any questions out there? I see we still got a nice amount of viewers. He said you can't make this.
Yeah. Fanny's still in the building.
I can't make this up, man. Nah, somebody was on there saying you can't make this shit up. I'm like, nah, I can't.
Yeah, somebody else would like to know how does one go about going private?
In what sense? On the jurisdictional, commercial sense in the United States, or are you talking about in the crypto space?
In the crypto space.
Okay, in the crypto space, what you want to use is utilize, number one, a wallet that's not tied to your social security number. Anything tied to your social security number is tied to you. So once again, Trust Wallet, Samurai Wallet. These are 2 private wallets you can utilize. I have I got a podcast that I did where I break down the difference between public and private within the cryptocurrency space. For anybody, let me see if I can bring that up real quick, brother Phil. Let me see if I can bring the podcast up. Let me see. But Trust Wallet, you want to utilize. The Samurai Wallet, you want to utilize. For a multi-coin wallet, you may want to utilize such wallets as Coinami, Engine. Let me see who got some more. BitUniverse is a very good one, which has a built-in app that will allow you to get alerts to your phone of price action and news, cryptocurrency news. Let me see. What I'm doing now, family, is I'm coming over here on my podcast so I can share that with the family too. Man, I got some podcasts over here are some definite must-hears from the family. I'm talking about a lot of jewels dropped in them. Oh, before I go, the number one currency that I'm gonna tell y'all, this ain't shilling, this ain't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give you financial advice, but I am gonna share one such currency with you all that I believe any and everybody should at least know about and have the option to enter positions on if you so choose. Right now, it's trading at under a penny. What they're doing is utilizing the POS system. In fact, I'm gonna get that up in 1 second, brother. Let me see if this is correct. Okay, there we go. So what we're looking at right now is the New Money Matrix podcast. This is on Anchor. I'll put the link in the description for individuals. But on this right here, these are my episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I have an episode over here. The Token Taxonomy Act. Oh, damn, we didn't even talk about that. So family, this is how serious it's getting. Right now with legislation, right? They trying to so hard to pass certain laws. Now, it's one such law that I am actually in favor of, and I actually went through and I read the whole bill live on Facebook. This is it. This is the Token Taxonomy Act. It's HR 7356. And it's, listen to this now, family. This is an individual posted this one day on my page, and they said that cryptocurrency will not bend for the law. The law will have to bend for cryptocurrency, right? And when we look at HR 7356, this bill is being presented to the 115th Congress to amend the Securities Act of 1933 and the Securities Exchange Act of 1934, laws that have not been fucked with since the 30s. But now they're having to amend and change these laws in order to fit cryptocurrency. I'm telling y'all now, crypto's not going to change for anybody. You're not going to bend his arm behind his back and make it do what you want to do. They're going to have to bend society to follow along with what crypto is doing. That's power. And that lets you know that, number one, they're scared of this power. That's why they're trying to regulate this power. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. There's a lot of individuals that are waiting for the government to say this, to say that. Me, myself, and I don't need the government to tell me that I can do any type of transaction with a digital asset. If I want to accept cryptocurrency for a good or a service, then I'm gonna do that. As long as I don't turn that cryptocurrency back into a Federal Reserve note, that transaction that I did with the individual is outside the jurisdiction of the United States as it is a corporation. So I'm truly moving in my private capacity when we're utilizing cryptocurrency in the correct form and in the correct way. Now, there are ties that can put you back into that public facet, such as minimal contact. So if I was to take that Bitcoin and then turn it back into a Federal Reserve note, now they got me. You know what I mean? So it's just about separating your you got to separate yourself depending on in what way you want to operate. What was the other story I was about to bring? I forgot. It wasn't the token taxonomy.
You was heading to a token. You was like, if there's any token that I want y'all to get a trade of under a penny right now.
Right. Okay, Pundy X. So
Pundy X.
Pundy X is one of the main ones. Where's that story at? Where's that private and public? Okay, here it is. Private and public right here. Do you understand public and private with cryptocurrency? I suggest everyone go take a listen to that. What the government doesn't want you to know about Bitcoins. Definitely a must here. And last but not least, the trust wallet, privacy. And I go through the policy contract. Now, getting last but not least, and I don't know if you heard the news with the Queen from the Right. Definitely a good goal, man. I'm talking about something definitely amazing about to be birthed from that, bro. Like, we don't even know the capacity of what's about to happen. But what we're looking at right now is Pundy X. This is a cryptocurrency that is available on the Binance exchange market. Let me go ahead and put it up. And right now, family, is selling for, you can probably get maybe up to 3 shares for a penny, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe even 4. In fact, let's see. And what this company is doing is making cryptocurrency transactions as easy as buying a cup of water with these POS systems. Now, what these POS systems utilize and allow you to do is buy and sell cryptocurrency from any location, family. These are available too. I do have ties to the individual that is bringing these within the United States. They're used for merchants. This is the future and the route in which cryptocurrency and commercial transactions are going. It's going out of the hands of fiat. We're not gonna, I'm telling y'all, we're not gonna be playing with that money, that monopoly money, man. Now the wallet that I'm going to share out with individuals called the X wallet, I'm gonna put it in a link in the chat. You're able to hit this wallet, you'll get free cryptocurrency every day. Also, you're able to turn this, or not even turn this. It is
in a sense, a mobile point of sale system, whereas you are able to use this as a form of a merchant and accept cryptocurrency from anybody that wishes to utilize cryptocurrency to pay for any goods or services that you may have. And you're also able to utilize and use it to search, shop with other merchants. This is the pass card, and I know a lot, like, damn, everything we going through right now is pretty damn foreign to everybody. I do know that, and I appreciate everybody that's sticking with us and getting this sauce and this information, because family, when I say this is some of the most, I mean, understanding where your money is going. Everyone that talks about they worried about the bag and they get into the bag. If you don't even have a simple comprehension of how your money works, then you're really not getting to nothing. You're really just playing games like a child. You're really operating in the mind of a minor, just to be honest with you. And we need to really get our financial literacy game up. And I'm down to teach that aspect to any and everybody that wants to learn it, because that's where we're lacking at right now, is financial literacy. That's where we're lacking at. Let me see. Let me get this. I got 143 Nigerian dollars so far. Wow. Okay. Just real quick. I'm gonna share this. And family, once again, you don't have to break the bank to invest in cryptocurrency. As small as $20 can get you something as big as a $20,000 Bitcoin. That was one of the biggest questions individuals were asking me, especially when Bitcoin was, up at its highest. They're like, oh, well, I don't have 15,000. I ain't got $10,000. It's like, you don't need. You can buy. If you got an individual that'll sell it to you, they can say you $5 worth of Bitcoin if you want it. You can take $5 and go trade with it. Now, always remember, when you're trading, it's all about the percentage gains. It's not about the dollar gains. To whereas Brother Blue Pill could be trading with $1,000, I could be trading with $100. I could do 70% gains to my $100 account. Brother Blue Pill could only do 40% gains. Dollar wise, he's gonna make more than me because he has a bigger capital. But trading wise, I blew him out the water because I got more percentage gains than he did. But if we're only going to look at the Federal Reserve or look at the amount of money that each individual has, you're going to look at Blue Pill like, oh, he got it. But then when you go and look at the statistics, he can't trade for shit. My trading is way better than his. It's just he had a bigger bag than me. So it gave you the illusion that he was doing good, when at the end of the day, I got more percentage gains than him. I just didn't have the starting capital. And just having a simple comprehension level of how to look at it like that, I think is very important. You know what I mean? Let me get this real quick for the family before I just
yeah, man. Start closing some of them tabs. You ain't using that shit.
Yeah, I know I got a million tabs open. Let me see. Let me get rid of that. New Hampshire, right now, they're trying to pass legislation to get cryptocurrency so they can get taxes with it. And this is what I want y'all to understand about the whole tax game, family. Think of it like this. You pay me as a corporate entity, we'll say $10,000 in taxes at $3,000 Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin goes back up to $20,000. You know how much you just paid me in taxes? We're not getting it. They not, man. That right there, when I seen them allowing people to pay taxes, I'm like, man, these people is diabolically slick. Like that right there, and something that's never been done in the United States ever. Trust Wallet, family. This is one of the main wallets you want to get. Oh, what I was saying, this wallet also gives you access to Web3, which I know a lot of us probably aren't even privy to, but you're actually able to browse on here in the Web3 internet, which is the new internet. So it's built in here. So when you browse on this wallet, you're browsing a whole nother internet than your Google, your Safari or whatever.
What?
Yes, it's a totally separate entity. It's a totally separate internet, and it's built in only on this wallet on your phone. So it's not part of the phone. It's only on the wallet in the phone.
Right. And how do you access it outside of the wallet?
You talking about the browser?
Yeah.
No, you don't. You when you go in the wallet. See, you can't see it on this picture, but when you go in the wallet, let me see. It might give us a. Okay, yeah. When you go in the wallet and down here, when you hit dApps, it's gonna open up a screen right here, and then you would just tap in whatever website you want to go into right here. This is your Web3. So you're operating the internet from the wallet itself.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not so much the phone.
I'm saying outside of the phone per se or that particular wallet, is there any other way to get into Web3?
Oh yeah, through any Ethereum-based wallet. Only Ethereum though. Ethereum right now is Web3. So MetaMask, my Ether wallet, the Ethereum-based or Ethereum blockchain rather,
is how you get on the Web3. It's Ethereum based.
Dope.
So they're creating man, they're creating their own matrix over here. A new phone is about to come out called the Function X phone, being made by the company that I'm, in cahoots with, Pundi X. They're coming out with a phone that is not tied to any what do I call
Provider.
any type of let me see if they got it on here.
Cell phone provider.
Say it again, Brother Phil.
Cell phone provider.
Yeah, it's not tied to any cell phone provider. It's a blockchain phone. So if you and I are speaking on that, but this is what I know they're gonna try to do. If me and you are speaking on the blockchain phone, the conversation is between us. There's no way that
it's encrypted.
Federal authorities, exactly. They can't go to T-Mobile and be like, hey, look, we want to hack or get in on these conversations. We want the text messages from this phone. That's becoming obsolete with these blockchain phones. You know what I mean? It's totally decentralized. If I send you a text message, I'm sending it through the blockchain. It's between me and you, Blue Pill. Nobody else can see that message.
That's crazy.
That's where we're going with technology, though. And let me see if they got let me see, because they got examples. They were just in New York actually at the tech consensus not too long ago. But yeah. This is the world of cryptocurrency, and this is the way that it's going, family.
Yeah, man, we gave them a lot. We don't want to OD. You dig what I'm saying? I want to save some of it for your one-on-one consultations. You dig what I'm saying? And
Definitely.
give the family opportunity to digest some of what they got downloaded with tonight, because this is like an introduction to a whole new world for some people. A whole new paradigm has shifted. So we definitely want to thank you, you know what I'm saying, for opening up your brain and pulling out some of them pieces, some of them strips, and sharing it with the world, because I think that we are all exponentially just a tad bit smarter as a result of tonight's class. You dig what I'm saying? So one more again, let them know how to get in contact with you so they can follow up, you know what I'm saying, on their personal one-on-one consultations. Or, they've been given all the other information about how to jump in, or, how to just be apprehensive about jumping in, and, how to properly test them waters. You dig what I'm saying?
No problem. Okay, family, if anyone that wants to contact me, once again, you can find me on Facebook at Amir Hodari. That's AmirHodari. I'll pull that up for the family. On IG, I am Chicago _ man, what the fuck is my name? Chicago Crypto Block Bully. My fault, family. I had a brain fart real quick, but IG Chicago _ block crypto _ bully. This is me on IG. The email is cryptonomic council. That's CRYPTONOMICCONSUL @gmail. Once again, CRYPTONOMICCONSUL @gmail.com. You can hit me up for any type of private consults. But remember, I do have the book, The Puzzle, available.
That's right.
Available. In fact, for anybody on this stream right now, you want to get the book with the free 30-minute consultation, $25 donation for anybody watching. $25 donation to Cash App Alamarak, ALAMIRAK. Donate with your email and contact information. The book will be sent to you via email, and the consultation will be set up at your earliest convenience. What else? Podcasts, once again, I can be found at Anchor, New Money Matrix on Anchor, New Money Matrix on Anchor. All the links, if you need anything, you can contact my email or by social media, family, and I can get everything to you. Let me thank Brother Blue Pill for bringing me on this facet, on this platform right here with a wide array of viewers and so many minds and thinking heads and so many melanated bodies, man. Wow. I hope that I made a difference to y'all tonight, man.
You are the first guest for Money Mitch Monday You're the first guest that I've been able to utilize this Zoom meeting with, to split and share the screen, all this new technology. I'm teaching myself in real time, and it's just making an exponential difference because this was an amazing show. Again, shout out to the Compass Circle um, for sponsoring my endeavor, my residency here on Know the Ledge Media in the month of February. You dig what I'm saying? Tomorrow we got Tough Talk Tuesday. All right, I got a special guest coming for that too. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna shake some things up. We're gonna move some things around. All right, $ Blue Pillar 44 help me offset the costs of operating this vehicle and paying Zoom all of this extra bread just to make this miracle happen. But you got a lot this evening. You know what I'm saying? That's like one of them KT courses. This is not just college, it's advanced. You dig what I'm saying? So go over there as well to the brother's site on his Cash App, make the donation, get the book, get the information so you can teach yourself and teach your children. And I want the children to be able to go to his child's page and subscribe and get that game. You know what I'm saying? In like 90 days from now, y'all could come back on the platform and show us your wallet and your portfolio and talk about how you got into this digital space and you tearing things up and you got ideas about X, Y, and Z. You dig what I'm saying? You got a company. If you a young lady, the next thing you know, you featured on a Compass Circle. These are the amazing stories that are within our grasp. You know what I'm saying? So I want to thank you, good brother, for bringing forth this paradigm shifting information, dealing with our current currency model, in the backdrop as we see Venezuela go down in flames and, the uncertainty of this country and, they're about to move back into the government lockdown and people on government assistance going to be shaking in their boots again. You dig what I'm saying? But are they ready to do something for self? Are they ready to make a move? Are they ready to come up out of her, as all of the great leaders say? You know what I'm saying? Are they ready to take that nipple out of their mouth? The milk been sour a long time anyway. You dig what I'm saying? Like
Yogurt.
what is it gonna take? Yeah, like did you gonna stop trying to force yogurt down your throat? You know what I'm saying? Say that you're not into mayonnaise. I can't tell. So with all that being said, man, we appreciate the efforts put forth this evening to enlighten the world on this new money matrix.
And I want to thank everybody that tuned in and stayed tuned in, because a lot of times when our people, especially our people, I've been working with our people, like I say, for over 2 years now, trying to get people implemented within this crypto space. And one thing I do know is that which the mind can't comprehend, it tends to reject. So a lot of times when we're speaking on subjects and materials that people are not familiar with, they tend to go the other way. And I'm happy to see that we kept the amount of viewers that we did within this, and it lets me know that I reached a nice amount of people. And individuals were actually able to intake and get some type of value out of this, that which I shared. So,
The brother has priceless information. He has worthy information. He has paradigm shift information. And as somebody such as myself, that I have conversations that are normally 4 or 5 years ahead of the curve. You know what I'm saying? I know how semi-frustrating that shit could get. Where you like, damn, I got these bars. Like, where they at? Oh, they over there doing that? For what? Oh, because they into entertainment. I get it. Entertainment, right? Not information, entertainment. So I thoroughly understand, that a person's true value can never be measured by how many people are following or how many people are viewing or in your chat room, and none of that shit. Like the real priceless information continues to reign supreme, and oftentimes with little to no audience, it doesn't devalue the information, because other communities would be on this like, fly on shit. You know what I'm saying? So does that say more about the audience or the presenter? The only thing I can say about the presenter is that they crazy for, continuously pushing the line to get this information out to people who value it so little but need it the most.
Facts.
Facts. Big
So
facts.
as long as I have an outlet, as long as I have a signal, you know that you're good over here to get this information out in real time. I'm gonna beat on the motherfucking drums and do whatever I need to do. You know what I'm saying? To bring the people to get the information that they need to move into this whole 2020 future that we keep talking about, and don't allow themselves to be stuck in the past, because it's all voluntary. Ain't no victims here. Shit is all voluntary, participatory activity that people are engaging in. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody forcing you to go to them chat rooms. Ain't nobody forcing you to go, you know what I'm saying, to look for the what? Hot tea, spilled milk, and the warm piss. Ain't nobody forcing you to do that. It's all voluntary. So we want to leave it with this. Peace, love, and light. I will be back black at you. Okay. Tomorrow with another episode.
And for individuals that want to follow my YouTube, I got 2 YouTube channels. Chicago Crypto Hustler being the first one. I just cracked 17.5 on the subscribers. I thought I took a pic when it hit 17 because it was 8, which was 44.
Congratulations.
But I remember when I had 1 subscriber, family.
That's right.
And I got another one. This one more so for beginners. Now this one is more important because I kicked it off and I just made it, so I only got a couple hundred subscribers. But I break down what is Bitcoin, how to sign up for Coinbase, like real basic baby steps, family. How to sign up for Binance and send funds, a Binance tutorial, how to use the basic exchange, how to use advanced, on the X review, how to do this, different wallets. You can check these channels out, family. Check these channels out. Tune into my live. I go live every day in Chicago at 9 a.m. Chicago time on my Facebook page. Every morning, Monday through Friday. Sometimes I hit the weekends, but Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Chicago time, you can catch me on Facebook, family.
Salute to you. Appreciate you. All right, bro.
Yes, sir. Peace, God. Thank you for the platform. Much appreciated, God.
Peace. Once again, family. All right. Tonight's episode has been sponsored by The Zorb. thezorb.com. Okay. Go to thezorb.com. And that's where you can get your cell phone radiation blockers at. Cell phone electromagnetic neutralizer. And once again, please, family, stop telling me that Dr. Blair was the first one or he spoke about diodes. I'm very key to that. All right. Shout out to Dr. Blair. His death anniversary is coming up very shortly. If it's, I believe his born day as well. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is if somebody shows up in the marketplace with an item that's congruent with what the master teachers was telling us that we need for our health and vitality, that's in no way discrediting or coming at the master teacher. You know what I'm saying? There's 1,000 people online selling herbs. We don't take that as a diss or dismissal of the legacy of Dr. Savior's evidence of it. Even if them people don't know what the hell they doing, at least they out there trying something. You know what I'm saying? Right? So you could go to the Medicenter too and get some of the diodes that Dr. Blair was endorsing and selling. You feel me? You could do the same with the gold. But you also can come and get the Zorb, and upon checkout, you could type in Blue Pill and get a considerable discount. Right? You could go to SoulGoldBiz, SoulGoldBiz.com, get you some gold, get you some platinum, get you some silver. All right. We're going to have some special CBD concoctions coming very shortly as well. So with that, family, I want to say peace, love, and light. And we'll be back in the building tomorrow. All right. You have just successfully made it through the first episode of Money Mitch Mondays. All right. We appreciate you. We love you. Peace, love, and light.